Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call.
Receiving team.
That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
This is Hunt. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
21-yard line.
They run with Hunt, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. On the delay, here's Hunt. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. That's complete to John Ross. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Here's Jackson. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. From the gun, Jackson. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 24-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble. But I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I do believe the offense got this back. Goodness, they did. Their own 1-yard line is where they got it back, cutting it close here. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
They'll run it with Kamara. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
Alvin Kamara, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
At the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
4-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Nick Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew, he'll get this one underneath to Hunt, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Minshew throwing on third down. This one caught by Isabella. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
14.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
The Niners
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt.
Number 20.
He was taken down by Quentin Dunbar.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do work.
This is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Score Niners 14, Browns 3.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That one complete to Hill. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin. The Browns drive about to get started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Able to find Isabella. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. It'll be Minshew again. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Nick Bosa in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Pass incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble. And this is going to be 49er football.
Nick Bosa. Lamar Jackson sack.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Jackson on 1st down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. And we got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page. Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Browns on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Bosa, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month. He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season. Right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield, creating extra blocks for them. They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays. Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Cooper's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. On the right side open is Gesicki. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead. So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
14. First down, San Francisco.
From the gun, it's Jackson. A quick slant to Hill. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Lamar Jackson, 34 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Minshew. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
First and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good pick up there at 22.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson, and CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ballgame.
And remember when all we talked...
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Touchdown.
Alvin Kamara. His second touchdown of the night. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Minshew. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively. But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
.35 yards that time on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Darius Leonard on the top.
On 2nd and goal. Jackson flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The throw over the middle taken in. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At their 48-yard line.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Minshew sets to throw, and that will be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 4th down, Minshew. And it is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
It's a gain of 6.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
Alvin Kamara with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They run for it with Hunt, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there.
The 28-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. From the gun, Jackson. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try to score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
Caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain. So
and down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Now Minshew. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Nick Bosa drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Hill on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Well, that's a carry they have.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Minshew. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Got to be careful here, backed up this deep on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup and let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up.
The onside kick recovered.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles.